Hey there, everyone. It's Peter here from Full Spectrum Performance, and today I'm excited to talk about the differences of roles within Ancestry. This is going to be an incredibly important avenue to explore in your self-inquiry and process of unfoldment, healing, and awakening. But first, a word from our sponsor. The Order of the Hidden is a diverse spiritual community built upon compassion, spiritual development, and manifesting positive change. Gather with awakened beings to develop yourself while uplifting others. Spread love and light with the Order of the Hidden today by joining their communities on Reddit, Discord, Facebook, and Linktree to connect, share ideas, insights, and elevate yourself with fellow aspirants united by growth. Now, we've talked at length on how our conditionings, our upbringing, the environment impacts us, and how these early conditionings manifest and ripple throughout our lives. But here in this search of ancestral roles, we got to take a step back. Because just as we receive things from our parents, they receive things from their parents, and their parents, and their parents. Blah, 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 blah. Just keep it going. You can imagine just how long and far back some of these issues really do arise. And that is the purpose of this ancestral roles. This inner looking is all about questioning your position in this karmic loop or negative feedback loop. Think about it like this. You as a child, I know, I was born, so were you. We have the opportunity to completely end the generational pains that were passed on to us. That is our role as children, to recognize the good, filter the bad, and uplift everything about this human experience and our own beingness. Now, for the parents, your role is really to just try to mitigate the damage. Don't mess them up. But in truth, it's ultimately to provide love. You're there to provide love, guidance, facilitate the child so they can grow up and really go beyond you. That's the purpose of any master-student relationship, is that the student picks up the torch, gets better than the master, and continues to develop the art. You're a parent. You're here to help your child grow into the best version of themselves that they can be, to help mitigate the damage done that you've experienced and your ancestors experienced by, again, healing. It's so important to heal before you have children, but don't worry. It's not a death sentence. It's not the end of your kid's life and future. You can heal actively as a parent, and it's exponentially going to improve if you remember that your kid's here to help teach you. There are soul groups, there are contracts, we'll get into that later on, but we come into this life knowing what we're going to step into. We come into it as teams, and everyone has to learn from different positions at times. You may have been a child in the past life, now you're the parent dealing with someone. But you must recognize everything in life is grace. It's an opportunity for you to learn. Now, I want to talk to you grandparents out there, because you got to stop spoiling your grandbabies. You don't spoil them with things. You spoil them with wisdom. This is your time to fully correct the wrongs that you experienced as a parent. Everyone has shortcomings. No one's perfect. No one's blaming you. But as a grandparent, you have the opportunity to really make a deeper connection with your grandchild than you might have had with your child themselves. Because there is always that tension, that rebellious period that can create animosity and create tensions. But with a grandchild, you really do have a fresh start to fully be the parent you know you could be for your children, to help guide them and to pass on the wisdom to the parent themselves of the shortcomings and issues that they dealt with you. So the coolest thing about this whole aspect of ancestry is the number one thing to remember. You are your own ancestors. That might be a Inception Matrix mind-blowing type of understanding and point, but you got to recognize you're a soul. You incarnate. We come into lives, we come into families all the time. And because of this, we must recognize when we give reverence to our ancestors, we in truth are giving reverence to our higher self. That's always tapped in. Now we can go into the time aspect that really, time and space is only experienced in this plane. We are eternal beings that go beyond it. In truth, you're experiencing life in the past right now, real time. It's that trippy of a thing, but that's the purpose of this whole introspective inner looking, is to really and clearly unfold, to awaken to these magical experiences we can have in life. But I really want to make it clear so it's digestible and you can understand it. The purpose of these first few sessions, these first few spiritual pointers, is so that you can really clear the ground of your being, so the true spiritual and introspective search can begin. Because we can't explore what we're not. if we don't know who we are. Paradoxically, as spirituality goes, we recognize what we are by realizing what we're not. But the most important thing in this concept is, until we fully understand and are fully self-aware of ourselves, we can never be knowledgeable in truth to what we are. If we don't recognize our conditionings and the flaws and the past imprints that get passed down from generation to generation, we can never stand our ground in the present and correct them, heal them, transform them, and conquer life on a whole unknown level. You'll crush it if you really do this, because when you fully recognize the cause and effects within your own being, you clear the ground to the pureness that is ever present. And from there, the real work can begin. So I really hope that these first few spiritual pointers in terms of the conditionings, the different angles of introspection that you can take looking at this very straightforward subject, is infinite in the potential of which you can explore. But I will assure you, the potential of growth is unknown. It has no limits. You can always heal. You can not only heal yourself, but you then begin to heal your family. You heal your ancestors purely by correcting the wrongs in the present, by nipping all those generational pains and traumas in the bud. So I implore you, look within yourself in this ancestral roles. You as a child, you as a parent, you as a grandparent, great-grandparent, doesn't matter. You have an opportunity to change an entire web of souls. Because again, we're all souls. We're all people. We're all spirit embodied. And because of that, life can get pretty trippy because we don't remember that. Life is all about re-remembering, coming back to what we know is pure and true within us. So I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the differences and roles of our ancestry. Take care. I love you so much. Peace. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, and if you can, please share and hit the subscribe button. Slam that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content from myself and Full Spectrum Performance. I love you so much. Let someone you know you love them. Take care.